Hello class, my name is Tito Figueroa, and today I'd like to start talking about 3 environment resources, and I'd like to discuss small behavioral changes that if implemented on a daily basis will actually prolong the use of these resources. So to begin, I'd like to start talking about energy. Now, where does energy come from? It doesn't just come from flicking a switch on the wall or from pushing a button. Energy is actually created. And more often than not, it's created by the burning of fossil fuels. So let's take coal for example. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, burning of coal generates 44% of our nation's electricity. In addition, it is the single biggest air pollutant in the United States. Now think about it. What are some negative effects it can have on the environment, and what are some negative effects it can have for us humans on an individual level? Well, in regards to the environment, global warming is the biggest negative effect in my opinion. Now, in regards to the humans and affecting us directly, I would say that our air quality and the decrease in the quality of our air can raise major red flags in regards to health concerns and health issues. We're talking about respiratory and cardiovascular disease. Now, what are some small behavioral changes that we can implement on a daily basis that will actually decrease the demand to burn coal? Well, for starters, we can begin by turning off the lights when we leave a room, or investing in a power strip where we can power down our devices when we leave the house for the night. Or how about doing one load of laundry at the end of the week rather than doing several smaller loads throughout the week? The second environmental resource I'd like to discuss is food. Food is vital for humans. We need it for survival. That is why we grow fruits. That is why we grow vegetables. That is why we harvest grains. We domesticate chickens. We raise cattle. But what happens when one of these processes becomes dangerous for the environment? Well, according to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United States, agriculture is responsible for 18% of all released greenhouse gases worldwide. Now, that is more than the entire transportation sector in total. It's unbelievable because these are the means by which we generate our food, and they're actually affecting our environment in a negative way. Take the cattle industry, for example. The cattle industry is notoriously known for emitting methane gas into our atmosphere. Methane gas is actually 23 times more dangerous than carbon dioxide is to our environment. So we need to figure out ways to decrease the demand for cattle. Now, some basic and logical ways would just be to, stop eating red meat, or at least cut back. Some people can try going vegan or even pescatarian, where they're only eating fish and vegetables. Decreasing the demand of the cattle industry will decrease the amount of methane gas that is being emitted into the atmosphere. Now, moving along to the third environmental resource, which is actually water, H2O, the most important element on planet Earth. Without water, we would not be here. So, water. According to the United States Geographical Survey, only 2.5% of Earth's water is fresh, drinkable water. Now, out of that 2.5% of fresh water, 1.2% is actually accessible. The remaining is actually inaccessible, and it's underground or frozen in glaciers. So we are running dangerously low on water. And that 1.2% that's left over, the accessible fresh water that is left over, is actually worldwide. It's not just for the United States. That 1.2% is for everyone around the world. So we need to figure out ways to save water. And those would be the behavioral changes that we would have to implement. So that would be taking quicker showers. That would be turning the faucet off when you're brushing your teeth or when you're washing your hands. All the behavioral changes I just previously mentioned, I know it sounds repetitive, and sometimes I ask myself, I'm only one person, what is that going to do? But many persons can make a difference. So with that being said, I'd like to leave the class off with a quote, and that is, Earth provides enough for every man's needs, but not enough for every man's greed. Let's nurture nature so that we can have a better future. Thank you, class, for your time. Again, my name is Tito Figueroa, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.